Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry that I've been MIA for so long. As most of you guys know, I was in Mexico for a week. Having said that, I got back last Saturday. It has been a full week since I've been home, and I haven't put up any videos for you guys, and I am so sorry. If I'm 100% honest, on Thursday, I filmed this video on Thursday. I filmed it. It was like a half an hour long. It was me ranting and rambling, all this stuff, and then my phone decided it had no more memory and it cut me off. And normally when it does that, I can sort of just pick it up and put it back again, but the file had corrupted itself, so I lost it all. Super upsetting. So here we are again. So like I said, I was in Mexico. I did vlog a ton in Mexico. There's a ton of video footage. Unfortunately, a lot of it is on either my niece's phone or my brother-in-law's camera, and I do want to include some of that footage in the vlog, and I don't know when I'm going to get that from them. It might not be till early December. So the Mexico vlog will be coming. It just might be in a few weeks. So I am sorry about that. But it is coming, I promise. They've got, I'm going to go over basically what I did in Mexico here with you guys today. This is going to be a super, chatty video with no real format. If you guys don't like those videos, then maybe click out of this now, because it's pretty much just going to be me ranting about my vacation. And also, I had ordered a bunch of stuff before I went on vacation that came while I was gone, and then I went shopping Thursday and picked up some things that I want to show you guys. So this is not going to be any swatches or anything, especially because a lot of this is lipsticks and things like that, and you guys probably can't see, but I've got some sort of funky business going on with my lip. I'm not 100% sure as to what it is. I thought it was a cold sore, but it doesn't really look like one. It looks more like a canker sore on the inside of my lip that has just irritated the outside. So I'm not 100% sure as to what is happening here, but let's assume it's a cold sore, and if you've ever had one before, you know that they are super contagious and they spread really easily for the first 10 days. So I don't want to be contaminating any of my lip products, or risking, like, if I start here and drag over, another one could pop up here. Now, having said that, I did forget something that I'm going to need to show you guys in my drawers, but I'll get that after I talk to you guys about Mexico, and then I will show you guys everything that I picked up. So we flew out of Toronto into the Cancun airport on Saturday morning. Our flight left at 6 a.m., so we were up like at 3 going to the airport. Flight was on time. It was only a 3.5-hour flight, which in my opinion is a pretty short flight. Now, if you've never flown before, that probably seems like a long time on a plane. But when I was in high school, I did go to Europe a couple times, and those are like, I feel like 9+ hour flights. I don't totally remember how long they were, because I was only like 13 or 16 the 2 times I went. So yeah, really relatively short flight. I watched Table 19 on the flight. Sorry. I'm also starting to like lose my voice and getting a little weird because I come back to work and everybody's sick. So that's great. Like, both my managers are sick. They've been in and out of work all week. We are short-staffed right now, so they can't really take the time off that they want to get better. So rather than do that, they're spreading all of their sickness to me, and I catch everything. Everything. Nothing big. Like, I never had, like, swine flu or SARS or anything. Not to make light of that for anybody that did. But yeah, I get strep throat at least once a year. I've had tonsillitis in the past a ton. I get colds. Like, it's nobody's business. So I can feel it coming. I should probably start taking medication now, just to nip it in the bud. But anyway, so yeah, so we flew into Cancun on the Saturday. Then we had to go through customs and evidently my Spanish, better than I thought it was. Prior to the trip, everyone asked me how my Spanish was, and I had taken it for a couple years in high school. But up in Canada, it's not really spoken here. It's not like in the States where that's your second language. Our second language is French. So I'd taken Spanish a little bit in high school, but other than that, I never really talked about it. Spoken any Spanish in years and years and years, and even then it was very like elementary Spanish, and I still cannot speak Spanish. I can say just enough to get by. Please, thank you, 2 beers, please. That's just enough to get by in Mexico. But when we were going through customs, the customs agents were speaking to us in they do speak English, but a lot of it they're trying to see how much like Spanish they can get out of you. So they were speaking to us in Spanish and I could answer them exactly what they were asking me as long as I answered in English. So apparently my Spanish is better than I thought it was. I do kind of understand it, but whatever. Also, if you guys are interested in seeing this eye look, I filmed a video today using the Desert Dusk palette. That will be coming up shortly. I wanted this video to come up first, and then I'll be probably putting that one up within a day or two of this. Anyway, so we went through customs, then we got our rental car because my brother-in-law does like to have his own car when he's down there. So we got a minivan because there were 5 of us and it just seemed the easiest thing for all the luggage, for all the people to have us not all crammed in the back seat of a small car. And we drove to the resort and the resort was beautiful. So I stayed at the Grand Sirenas Mayan Riviera and it was amazing, like stunning. I'd only ever been to one all-inclusive place before, and that was in the Dominican in January. And that resort was like a quarter of the size of this one. And I thought that was a really, really nice place. But it didn't even compare to the one that we went to. So the resort had like 3 pools. It was right on the ocean. There was its own like dolphin, so you could swim with the dolphins. They had their own on site. There's a spa. There was like 6 or 7 restaurants, shopping, a ton of bars, a sports bar, a sky bar, a huge auditorium for shows at night. It was phenomenal. My room was incredible. I have got footage and stuff from my room, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. You'll see it all in the vlog. So day 1, we got there and we got to the resort at like 1 o'clock and you can't check in till 4. So we had grabbed our bathing suits out of our bags and we just went and hung out by the pool. First thing, we went down to the ocean and there's a beach bar there that has like a buffet for lunch. So you can get like normal, Americanized foods. So you can get like hot dogs, hamburgers, ham, french fries. They also do have like nacho chips and like chicken and all this kind of stuff down there as well. Never a shortage of guacamole or salsa, it seemed. So we went there and then we went back and hung out by the pool until 4. Then we checked into our rooms and then we went to the buffet for dinner and just kind of had a mellow first night because we had been up since 3 a.m. We are all exhausted. Traveling will just do that to you. So that was the Saturday. On the Sunday, what did we do? First thing, we went down to the buffet for breakfast. And because they are members at this place, we also get to do 5 dinner reservations. Plus, on the Friday, there was like a members-only beach barbecue party. So we had 5 dinner reservations and a barbecue party. So we only had to do the buffet really that first night. Now, we did go more than the first night, and I will talk to you guys about that as I go on. But that was the only time we had to go because every other night we had dinner reservations. So we woke up on the Sunday, had breakfast, went down to the pool, and then the dolphin show is every morning at 11. So we went and watched the dolphin show, and, my sister was very unaware of this. I've mentioned it on my channel. I have an obsession with penguins, and that is only slightly more than my obsession with dolphins. When I was younger, Lisa Frank was a big thing. And on those beautiful, folders and notebooks and stuff, there was either dolphins or tigers or whatever, unicorns. Obsessed with dolphins. I actually wanted to paint my room dolphin themed when I was younger, and my parents nixed the idea. But yeah, so we were there, and I was watching these dolphins do their show, and I literally started crying. I was so happy. I'm sure my nieces were quite embarrassed, and I will be honest, I had already been drinking at that point, because the bar opens at 10, and it was at 11. I started crying, not sobbing tears, but just a little bit of a happy kind of a thing. So we watched the dolphin show, and then I knew from the second we were there, I was swimming with the dolphins. I would do it alone. I didn't care. So my nieces are 13 and 9, and then my brother-in-law and my sister were there. And neither of them had ever done it, but neither of them had really ever wanted to do it. It wasn't like it was for me where it was something on a bucket list that I had to do before I died. My oldest niece had done it once before, but she wanted to go with me again, so I didn't have to go alone. And because my sister and my brother-in-law paid for her the first time, they said, if you want to go, you have to pay with your own money. So we weren't sure. We were going to ask how much it was, whatever, see if she could go with me. And they ended up having a 2-for-1 deal, so For both of us to go, it only cost like $120 US, plus they get a 20% discount at the resort on everything as members, so it only ended up being like 90 something dollars. So her and I decided we were gonna go. We signed up for it. Was called the Royal Swim. There were 3 levels of swimming. There was the basic one where you just get to like hug and play with the dolphins and kiss the dolphins, and you get I think you just get a fin ride, like you get to hold on to one fin and go. Then the next one up was like the adventure or something like that, and it was you got to get pushed on a boogie board and you got to hold a fin and go and do all the other stuff. And then there was the Royal Swim, which is what we did. So you get 2 dolphins in a Royal Swim, and it includes like you hold 2 fins and they take you, and then a double foot push. I have video of all of this. You guys will see it in the vlog. It was amazing. It was one of the best experiences of my life. But we didn't do that day. We booked it that day, but we didn't do it that day. So then they took me over to the spa to kind of show me around over there. Then I think we went back to the pool and just hung out all day at lunch. We went to Playa del Carmen. We skipped our dinner reservation that night. We were supposed to go to the steakhouse, but we knew we had a pretty tightly booked week, and we wanted to be able to do some shopping in Playa. There was some shopping to be had at the resort. There was a couple nights while we were there that like vendors and merchants are allowed into the resort, and they set up sort of along in the auditorium area, and you can walk through and see all of this handmade stuff and buy it there, which we did do eventually. But we went to Playa first, so we skipped our dinner reservation. We went to Playa on Sunday night, did some shopping there. And then the girls stayed over in my room Sunday night because Monday was my sister and my brother-in-law's wedding anniversary. And half the reason that I was sort of there was to give them a little bit of a break so that they could kind of go off by themselves and I would take care of the girls because they hadn't really had an opportunity to do that since they'd been traveling down there. So they stayed in my room the Sunday night. No, that would have been Monday that we did that. So then Monday morning, the girls and I woke up, we went to breakfast, we hung out at the ocean for most of the morning. The other thing that you were able to do there, and I didn't even realize this, how afraid of fish I am, turns out very, and I know I don't need to be. Everybody was like, they're not going to bother you, but they freak me out. I don't like being touched by fish. And I think I always knew that. But like it really came to light while we were in Mexico. So if you take like the rolls and stuff that they have at breakfast and you go down to the ocean in the morning and you break little pieces off and you feed them, tons of fish will just come and swarm you and they will circle you. And these aren't fish that are going to attack you. So I was told. My brother-in-law was like, no, the fish don't bite. It's fine. I did it. I didn't get over the fear, but I did it. And that's the most important thing, is that I faced the fear. I didn't get over it, but I faced the fear. So we had done that the Sunday morning as well. But then the Monday morning, the girls wanted to do it again. So I said, okay, let's go do it. And lo and behold, a fish bit my niece. Nothing like, I don't think it drew blood, but like she got like little lip marks from a fish. So it kind of looked like the fish gave her a hickey on her knee. Turns out those fish bite. So whatever my brother-in-law said was a lie. So we did that. And then we kind of wandered around the ocean for a bit. And then we went to lunch, I'm pretty sure, or something. I don't really remember what we did next. So we went to lunch. We were going to go to the buffet for lunch, but it wasn't open when we went. We were all really hungry then, so we went to the beach buffet for lunch instead, and we ended up running into my brother-in-law and my sister there for like a minute, and then we left and went to the pool. We did circuits in the lazy river, so it's like this river that runs around half the resort. Really, really cool. You get in with an inner tube, or there were like kids that like just to swim in the lazy river, which was kind of annoying because the last day we were there, I was trying to relax in this river, and there was like this little girl that just stopped dead in front of me, and I had to hold myself on both sides and yell back to the mom, can you tell your kid to move before I knock her over and drown her in the river? People don't understand the concept of a lazy river. You're supposed to be lazy in the river. Anyway, so we did lazy river, and then we went back to the room, and everybody had showers and stuff because we were all meeting for dinner for their anniversary. We had reservations at the French restaurant. So got the girls ready. We met up with my brother-in-law and my sister. We went to the Sky Bar for a little bit because there was like a members competition kind of thing. Like it was an intro to the resort. So we went up and we did that, and there were some games and prizes and stuff. And then we went to dinner, and dinner was amazing. I have never had rack of lamb before, and my sister was like, just order it. If you don't like it, we'll go to the buffet after. I'm a really picky eater. I don't eat a lot of variety of food. I'm normally into like more child-like things. Like I like chicken nuggets and pizza and hot dogs, and that's kind of where my comfort zone with food is. But I tried this rack of lamb and it was amazing. Like, I tried so many new foods on this trip. In Playa, I had tried lobster and I was about it. Like, it was good, but it was really chewy, and I've always been a texture phobe. So, like, I don't know if it was just the way that she had the lobster cooked that I didn't prefer it, but yeah, it was really good. But yeah, so the lamb, so good. It was so good. I can't even get over it. And then we split off again, and I took the girls to the show. There was a show every night at like 9:30. So we hung out. I think we were in the restaurant till almost then anyway. Our dinner reservation was like at 7. We probably hung out till like 8 or 8:30. And then we just chilled in the lobby bar until the show started. And then we went and watched the show. And the show was Broadway. So they did Beauty and the Beast, Hairspray, Grease, Phantom of the Opera, Cats. Just a ton of stuff. It was really cool to see. They were actually quite talented singers in the show, I must say. Some more than others. But it was cool to go and see. So we did that and then we went to bed. Tuesday morning was the morning of our dolphin swim. So we did that, and then in the afternoon we decided we were going to do cenotes, which are like, they're supposed to be like caves that are full of water, so you can go in and the water's super rich in minerals and nutrients and stuff, and it's really good for you. And they're also supposed to be crystal blue, and normally there's a lot of like fish in there, so you can see a lot of really cool tropical fish. We had been told to go to a specific one. Someone recommended one for us. And it ended up not really being what we expected it to be. It wasn't a cave at all. It was more like a couple, not hot springs, mind you, but just like a couple of like random pools that had a lot of fish in them. And if you've ever seen like those fish that they use for pedicures where you stick your feet in the water and the fish come and they bite the dead skin off you, it was full of those fish. And I had seen my niece get this done on Sunday. She paid $10 to get it done on Sunday. And the second you stepped a foot in the water, these fish came at you. And I was just like, aren't you mad you paid $10? But I panicked because I don't want to be touched by fish. And so I realized the way to keep them away was to kind of kick my feet. And unfortunately, it was a really rocky area and I booted a rock. That happened. So the one cool thing, so like I said, there was very, very little water that was actually under any sort of a cavern or cave. There's a little bit on the edges. Again, I've got video footage of it. You will see it. But very, very little. So, you know, the one cool thing about this place was that they said you could jump off the cliff. I use that term very loosely. It was probably 10 feet off the water. Having said that, I've never cliff jumped before. I've never done anything like that. It terrifies me. And I was like, I'll go do it. So you get up to the top of the cliff, and the walk up there was as painful as anything because it's all over rocks, and obviously you don't want to bring your shoes up. So we went up there with my sister and my oldest niece, and we said, we're going to do it. We're going to jump. And we looked down, and it just looks like rocks. Like, we were like, oh, maybe we're not going to go. It's pretty rocky. Trying to kind of decide where you could jump. And then another girl came up and was like, oh, it's totally safe. There's like 10 to 15 meters of water. You're not going to hit anything. And we're like, you go first. So we watched her do it. She was successful. My niece went. My sister went. I hesitated and almost bailed out. I went. It was amazing. We did it 3 or 4 more times that day. At one point, we ended up getting my youngest niece to do it. Now, it did take a lot of coaxing for her to do it. She is very small. She's only 9, but she's tiny, so she was very afraid to do it. But we ended up getting her to do it as well. Then we went back to the resort. I think that night, Tuesday night, we had dinner at the Japanese restaurant. Yeah, the Japanese restaurant. So, again, we get back, we shower, we pop a bottle of champagne in the room, we drink. We go to dinner. I had never been to a Japanese restaurant, or I had before, but I never ate at them. So I tried sushi and spring rolls and tempura, all this different stuff. I liked some, I disliked more, but I did it. I tried it and it was fine. So then I think that night there were shops. That was the first night we were able to shop at the resort, where the vendors came in and had all the shops around. So I bought a really cool light. And I wish I'd brought it upstairs, because I said this in the last video that I wish I had it to show you guys, but I don't. It was basically like, it was made out of like a PVC pipe. The guy had taken like a knife or, you know, a Dremel or something, whatever, and he cuts out designs in it. So I got one that had a palm tree. I think it had a turtle and a dragonfly. And then they put a light, like a colored light bulb in the middle, and it shines through. So mine's green. If you guys remind me or don't, I'll remember to do it. I am going to be filming Tuesday next week is my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. So I am going to be putting up a special video for that. So maybe I will make sure I have it up here and show you guys then. Just because I don't feel like going downstairs and getting it. Sorry. But yeah, so I bought that. And yeah, then we went back to bed. Wednesday, we had water circuits in the morning. It's like hydrotherapy. So you do like a bunch of different, you go to the spa, and like one has these chairs that you sit in, and there's water jets that come up and they massage all different parts of your body. There's one that you stand on these jets and they do your feet. There's one that has like shower heads that have a lot of high pressure that work your muscle or your back. There's this one thing, and it was like 2 hot tubs and then a cold pool in the middle. For all my Canadians out there, you'll know what a polar bear dip is. It's sort of similar to that. Or like if in the wintertime you were ever like hanging out with friends or drunk or whatever, and you were in a hot tub and it was snowing and everyone's like, get out and roll in the snow. Pretty much the same idea as that. So you're supposed to get in the hot tub, then go and submerge yourself up to your shoulders, not head deep because that's dangerous, in the cold pool, and then get into the other hot tub, and it stimulates circulation. So we got in the hot tub, and I had watched a couple guys, so because there were 2 hot tubs, there's some people in this one that had tried to do the cold pool, and just watching their faces, they weren't going to get it done, and they couldn't get very deep, and I was dying laughing the whole time. So I watched these like big, athletic, butch kind of guys go in and chicken out after 2 steps, and I kind of looked at my sister, and I said, and they had told me how like bad it was, and I'm going to do it. All right, you go ahead and do it. I got up, I walked in, I sat down, I got out. It was fine. Like, I didn't even flinch. I didn't make a face, nothing. And all these guys were like, oh, can't get shown up by this little blonde girl. So then everybody started doing it. And then we got yelled at because we were being too loud. In the spa, you're supposed to be like silent and tranquil and whatever. But yeah, so we did that. And then we went through the saunas. And then we went and met up with my nieces by the pool. Did lunch, all that stuff. We were on the resort all day Wednesday. Thursday, we went to Shalha. It's like an outdoor eco amusement park, but it's all like water. So we get there, and as part of your admission, it is all you can eat, all you can drink, and you also get a locker to put your stuff in so that you're not concerned about it all day. So we got there and we checked all our stuff into the locker, and then we got in these tubes for the lazy river. Now this is a real river. It's almost more like a lake, but it's like a saltwater lake, so there's tons of fish in the water, like tropical fish. I was told that there were barracudas in the water, which is actually quite terrifying because those things are vicious. So I don't know if that was 100% true or not. There was a thing where you could go see the stingrays there. There were manatees there, dolphins, not where we were in the lake, but there was like a separate segmented spot for where you could swim with dolphins there as well. But yeah, so we got in these tubes and you float a little bit down the river, and then we stopped and we got out of the tubes because there was cliff jumping there as well. So the first cliff was 14 feet, and then there was 10 meters, or 10 feet of water, excuse me, not 10 meters, 10 feet of water. So again, I went up with my brother-in-law and my sister to do not my sister, my oldest niece. My sister didn't do this one, and neither did my youngest niece. So we got up top, and my oldest niece had been the brave one the entire time. Anytime that there was something that needed somebody to go first, she was always like, I got it, I'll go first, no problem. We got up there, and I don't know what happened, but she sort of said, I don't want to go first. And I said, you know what, that's fair, I'll go first. No problem. Keep in mind, I have a life jacket on. We all do, because I'm not a weak swimmer by any means, but, you know, the thing with cliff jumping is sometimes you jump in, and if you hit the water wrong, or if you wind yourself, or if it's deeper and you can't figure, like, there's so many variables that just make it dangerous. If I got too tired to swim out of there, we were quite a distance from the tube. So I just kept the life jacket on, that way if anything happened, I was still going to be safe. So I jumped in the water, and it was amazing. And then my brother-in-law jumped in, and then my niece got afraid and she chickened out. So I kind of yelled to her. I said, stay there. I got out of the water. I ran back up, and I said, I'll go with you. So I'll jump first, but you have to go after me. And she said, okay, fine. I said, fine. So I jumped in, and I ended up going all 10 feet deep, and I smoked my foot off of a rock on the bottom. And then I came back up, and I didn't say anything because I didn't want her to freak out. She jumped in. She was fine. Got back in the tubes, went to another cliff jumping spot where I am the only one that jumped. It was a shorter cliff by like 3 inches or something like that. Nothing crazy, but it just looked a lot more terrifying, just the way that the cliff was. But I was the only one that could, that ended up really wanting to do it. It was something I knew I needed to do. So I did that as well. Then you float a little bit further, and there's like an area where it's like ropes courses. So it's like you do a Tarzan swing to a rope ladder that you have to hold on to different like loops and stuff. And there's video footage of this, and I would have made it further, but the 3 guys that were in front of us were super slow and really bad at it. And so the longer that you have to stay there and hold on, the more energy you're exerting. If I had been able to go from point A to the end without anybody stopping me, I probably would have been okay. But because I had to hang on, it added extra time to it, and it just was too hard. So yeah, and then there were zip lines over the water that we got to do, so that was fun as well. Then you float in the tube a little more, and then we get out, and we had lunch, and there was like a little kids area, not a little kids area, but like a small kids area. And my nieces went and played there a little bit. Then we walked to the other side, and there was a real cenote, so it's a full underwater cave, so we got to go in there. There's this thing called the grotto, and you get in one end, and you float along, and you swim through to the other end. Kind of creeped me out a little bit, but it did it. And then there was this water slide. So the water slide was an old lighthouse that they converted into a water slide, so it just went around and around and around and around and around. It was 13 flights of stairs you had to climb to get to the top. So it was one of those things that once you got to the top, if you chickened out, it was like you either go down the water slide or you have to walk back down the flights of stairs. Obviously, it was really high, but I knew I wanted to do the water slide. So the first time I went up with my niece and my sister, my youngest niece did not do it. We knew she would get afraid, and nobody wanted her to walk all the way up and then, feel pressured to have to walk back down the stairs alone or have to do the water slide. Nobody wanted that. So we just said, you know what, we'll do it once and we'll let you know how it is. And if we think it's fine, you can go the second time. So we went up, and I went first down a tube, and I had a great time. I flew down the tube. I was going really, really fast. It was phenomenal. And I got to the bottom, and I was like, that was amazing. I'm doing it again. My niece went down. She said, it was fine. It was kind of lame. My sister came down, was like, that was horrible. I almost got stuck halfway. That was no fun. I'm not doing it again. I said, okay. My brother-in-law wanted to try, and we told my little niece, because she's so tiny, we just figured she would either not move quick or she would fly and really scare herself. So we said, you know what? Wait till you're older. Try next time. She said, yep, no problem. So we went up again with my brother-in-law, and my oldest niece went first, and I went about 10 seconds after she did, and I still got to the bottom just as quickly. And I was on the outside tube, which meant that my tube actually was bigger. It covered more area. So that just shows how much faster I was going than she was. She said the same thing. It was kind of lame. I said the same thing. It was amazing. My brother-in-law comes down. He came out of the tube at a weird angle and looked like he wasn't going to make it. He came out of the water, and he said, that was the most terrifying thing I ever did. I flew so fast, I almost fell out of the slide. Like, he went up the edge so far, he almost came out of the slide. I'm never doing it again. So it was really crazy that off one water slide that had 4 different slides, mind you, but a couple times we used each other's slides. So it wasn't like I only ever used one and somebody else only ever used one. Everybody was in all the different ones, that we all had such different experiences. It was crazy. So then that night we went back to Playa to do some last minute shopping. And it was really funny because I had a friend from college who had messaged me on about day 2 that we were there and was like, are you in Mexico right now? And I said, yeah. And he's like, oh my God, I'm in Mexico. And he was only about 20 minutes down the road. So we were trying to meet up the whole week, but I had so much stuff going on with my family, and they didn't feel comfortable letting me off the resort on my own to go visit, which is fair. You're in a foreign country. It is a little sketchy if you don't know your way around. So I told him we're going to go to Playa Thursday night to shop. Maybe I'll see you there. And I ended up seeing him. I ran into him at a bar. So I went and I chatted with him a little bit. So that was kind of nice to see somebody from home. Then we went back to the resort. Friday, we had plans to do the pool in the morning, and then we were going to do the ocean at night, or not at night, like in the afternoon. It started to rain around noon or so. So unfortunately, even though we got to spend all morning by the pool, and that was really nice, we did not get to go back down to the beach, which would be my one thing that I regret, was that I didn't get to go down to the beach one more time to walk in the water and go feel my toes in the sand and whatnot. But whatever. So we hung out in the room all afternoon. We played some games. We drank, obviously. We packed because we had to leave really early on the Saturday. Then we all got dressed and we went to that beach barbecue, which had been moved from the beach to a restaurant. And that was a lot of fun as well. And then we sort of all hung out for a little bit and we drank and then we went back to the rooms and went to bed. We all got woken up about 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning with a torrential downpour thunderstorm, crazy thunder, crazy lightning. We were just really grateful that we had missed it all. The whole time we were there, it barely rained, only little bits here and there. So we missed most of that, which was nice. And then we flew home. So yeah, I got home Saturday night. And I've been doing nothing since. So that's the first part of this video. This video is already super, super long. So I will tell you guys all the things that I got while I was gone. But I might have to shorten this video out a little bit. We'll see. So the first thing that I got in the mail that was here when I got home. Yeah, I'll do this. I was thinking about maybe just waiting and doing this in another video. But so yeah, the first thing that I ordered while I was away, actually, it kind of came up, and so I picked it up. I can't remember if I bought it actually when I came back or if I bought it while I was down there, is the NYX Lippie's Countdown Advent Calendar. So looks like this. I'm sure you guys have already seen this on YouTube. I've already seen this on YouTube. It is 24 days of different lip products, so you're supposed to get butter glosses, butter lipstick, intense butter glosses, the lip lingeries, liquid suedes, matte lipsticks, soft matte lip creams, and simply reds, apparently. I don't know. Chubby lip creams. I'm like, I don't know what they are. So yeah, you get 24 different ones. They're all numbered 1 through 24. So I've seen a lot of people do this different ways. I have seen people just crack them all open on day 1 and do it all. But I kind of want to try and do the 25 days of Vlogmas. I don't know how well that's going to go for me. But I thought that this would aid me in that so that at least for every video I can do that, if nothing else. Even if I don't have the time, I can at least throw up a 5-10 minute video of me opening that and swatching it and seeing how that goes. So I bought that first. The next thing I did was I finally got the rest of my MAC order that I had ordered before I left. So the first thing I got was this. It comes in like this sequiny bag. It is one of the face kits. So you get this really cute little rose gold brush. I actually already have this brush in full size. It is a 140 brush, but I love this. It's a really good powder brush if you're looking for a new one. And I got this highlighting powder. This is in Whisper of Guilt. Looks like this. I'm not going to swatch any of these in this video because it's already crazy long. If you guys, and also these have been out for a while now. It's not going to be like my first holiday collection video where I got it up literally the day it released. These have been out for a while I was gone. I'm sure there's already tons of videos. If ultimately you do end up wanting to see these, let me know. I'd be happy to do so. I just remembered I have to go get something. Give me 2 seconds. Alrighty, so I got it. So the next thing I got was a Hudson's Bay exclusive, and it was their nudes lipstick kit, and you got 4 full-size lipsticks, and they're all supposed to be neutral colors, although they're not. But yeah, so the 4 colors that you get are in Nude de Jour. This is a matte. And it's the nude. Again, I'm not going to swatch any of these, especially on my lips, because my lip is messed up. This one is Nouvelle. Sorry, my camera said something again about, like, not recording. So, this one was released in last year's Christmas collection, so I already have it in a mini. This one is in Russian Red, which is a permanent color of theirs. I love this red. I already do have it. And the last one is in Antique Velvet. So those are the 4 that released in a Hudson's Bay exclusive collection. Having said that, I don't know if you guys have Hudson's Bay in the US because it is a Canadian company. So you might not be able to get this down there. Maybe you can. Somebody can let me know. I'm not too sure. I also picked up 2 of their eye bags. These are what the bags look like. They are kind of mesh with like velvety snow looking stuff on it. So the first one that I got was the, I can't remember the names because I already threw them out. One was like a smoky eye bag and one was like a gold one. So I think this is the pink smoky one or the whatever. So it comes with 2 extra dimension eyeshadows. You get Ready to Party and Light of the Silvery Moon. And then you also get one of their In Extreme Dimension Lash mascaras. I already have these. And you also get a Technical Liner in Graph Black. Again, I've already got like 3 or 4 of these just from buying collections last year. So I will probably put those aside either to give to friends, or I'm dabbling with the idea of a giveaway. It's not a guarantee, but I might just save it for that as well. We'll see. And then the other bag, it's pretty much the same thing. These are the 2 In Extreme or Extra Dimension eyeshadows you get. This one is just Gleaming and Snow Dusk, and then you get that same mascara, and you get another liner. This one's just a brown one. It's in Photo Gravure. And then I also picked up 5 of the MAC Grand Illusion liquid lip colors. These are the 5 that I picked. I will just show you guys like this because this video is getting real long. I picked 5 of the more wearable ones. There was also like a green, a blue, a silver, all of these different colors. So they go like this. So this is Rave Bunny. This is Electric Rainbow. This one's probably my favorite. It has the most like color shift in it. This one is Pearly Girl. This one is Let's Rock. It's like orange and has like a yellowy kind of shift to it. And this one is Pink Trip. If you guys do want to see a video using these, showing you guys how they work, I will do that again. These have been out for a little while. Let me know. And the last thing that I picked up is not a makeup item, but I wanted to show you guys anyway because I've never sort of really done anything else. So before I left, I have a Guess bag, and it came with like a smaller bag inside, which I'd sort of been using as my everyday bag, and I broke the handle on it. So I knew it was probably time that I get a new purse, and as I was wandering through the bay to head to my MAC, I saw this. This is my new purse that I bought. It is a Guess bag. It is like a deep gray color. It does have like a thicker handle, so I'm not as concerned about it breaking. It also has like the longer one, which my other one did not have, so that's exciting. It's pretty simple on the inside. There is a metal clasp to shut it. It has that center section with a zipper, and then there's 2 side pockets. And I also needed a new wallet. The wallet that I have, I've had since I was away at university the first time, so it's been, you know, at least 5 or 6 years that I've owned that wallet. It is starting to fall apart on me, and I saw this one and this looked perfect. So there's tons of different spaces in here for cards. There's also like a zip pouch for change, and then places to put bills as well. So I got that to go along, and it matches. And then the other thing I did, and hopefully my mom's not outside the door listening right now, and hopefully she doesn't see this video, is I bought my mom a purse for Christmas as well, because it was just so cute, and I knew she's always looking for big bags and stuff, and I don't know that she's ever splurged on like a more designer one. I think she just sticks to like cheaper ones, so I thought I would finally treat her and do so. So this is the bag that I got for my mom. It's like in a dark taupe kind of a color. It has a zipper. There is no zipper pocket in the middle, which I'm a little upset about because I thought there was originally. But it does have 2 side pockets to it. You guys can kind of see. There's some places down the side for cards. There's a zipper pouch in this side. And then I also picked her up the matching wallet as well. I don't know that she'll use it, so I got gift receipts for everything, just in case she ends up not liking it. I have 3 months to return it, so plenty of time to give that to her for Christmas, and if she doesn't like it, we can exchange it for something she does like. So that is going to be everything in this video. I'm sorry it was so long. Obviously, I've missed you guys. I had a lot to tell you. If you like this style of video, then give it a thumbs up. I will make sure I do more just chatting videos. Keep your eye out for the Mexico vlog. It is coming. If you want to see me vlog more, I definitely will, although my days are pretty boring, so I would have to choose like days I actually have stuff going on. But I'd be happy to do so. Yeah, if I haven't said it already, which I think I have, give me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.